This is Blackjack, and much breeze, as you can see. Crew on the foredeck there, all just sitting, keeping the bow down a little bit. She's been doing anywhere between about 3 and 7 knots most of the way up the river. Pretty fitful breeze, but unusually, especially with more breeze in the river than anybody expected. So the nightmare scenario that she and others have experienced on this river is not to be played out. And here we are, just approaching the finish line now. And you'll hear in a moment the gun go as she passes. Yep, that's it, and a big cheer. Fantastic, great finish. Well done, Blackjack. That is such a well-deserved win. Number of years now we've been following them and talking to Mark and his team and to Peter Harburg's crew. Boat was rebuilt. As John Gono expressed, some bits of this boat have seen a line honours win, but not much of it, because it was completely rebuilt several years ago, in fact redone twice. And so she, as Neville Crichton's boat before, she won some years back, but this is a win for the ages, and just really pleased to see this. And you can see all the people on the foredeck here of our powerboat as we're coming up close, going in, and the Hobart in the background, finish line, and one of those icebreakers. So yeah, quite an evening on the Derwent River, and I think, you know, a very popular win, this one, because the guys have worked really hard at this, come pretty close several times, but very well deserved indeed. So quite a long way further back down the river, probably we're guessing around the Iron Pot now, is Law Connect. She just so would have not liked this river weather at all. The back end sits in pretty heavily in the water, and so she just was never going to be competing on this. And then behind her, Scallywag, and then up the coast of Tasmania, then a whole bunch of well, I should say a whole bunch, Whisper and others. We've got Stefan, quite a while yet. Be interesting to see whether this breeze holds. See the number F1 on the bow. The other thing you'll see is that at the back it says the Yacht Club of Monaco. So this 2 years ago, and she was going to go to Monaco. She got shipped, or it hit, and Peter Harburg thought, well, that's not going to work, so he bought the boat back. See what's happened here with this excellent win. So some of the players on board, and in particular one person beyond the skipper, Mark Bradford, Alex, the navigator. My goodness me, this is a real win for him, because Alex Nolan was probably pretty pivotal in rebuilding this boat some years ago, and we watched it, and in fact filmed it coming out of the shed when it was first rebuilt, quite substantially rebuilt, much like Wild Oats. A good deal taken off the back, and yeah, bit of a cheer there, all good. Get the same configuration of more 4 triangles, so that they could just fly bigger A sails and so forth, and chopped off the back as well, so much like Wild Oats, not exactly the same sort of configuration, but yep. So we're getting in pretty close here with the crew. You can see everybody. Hey, Squawk, good work. That's Mark Bradford at the wheel, and they're just doing some manoeuvring here. So you can see all the camera crew here. Oops, a bit of a roll on the boat. All busily filming over the bow of this boat. Yeah, nighttime finishes are pretty hard to film. Just trying to shoot some photographs myself in next to no light produces some interesting images. But great outcome. Really happy to see that, and I suspect very popular too with the Tasmanians, who've seen this boat a great deal. Rykel Pews. So wild oats and blackjack, near enough sister ships, not quite. This one was actually owned by Neville Crichton originally, and he and Bob Oatley sort of both decided they were going to go for the same thing. They are extraordinary when you think that 2005 these boats were, 2004, 2005 these were built, and they are still managing to beat some of the wider boats, even when Comanche is out here, if the weather suits. And one of the reasons why these are so good boats for the Sydney Hobart is they're just classic windward leeward boats. Basically they're set up for most conditions, and that's essentially what you're getting in a Sydney Hobart race. And they'll deal with the really light airs. So one of the things these two boats, this and Wild Oats, can do is just get through transitions. So what that means is when they're running out of wind, they go into the next transition when a new weather stream comes through, and they usually then pull out miles. And that's pretty much what these guys did, which was in some of the really light stuff earlier today, they were just able to ease away and just get that advantage, get into the next stream of air and so on. So almost built for this race. That's why Wild Oats has won it 9 times. It's just almost ideal for most of the conditions. Sure, once in a while you get a real downwind flyer the whole way down the course, and then Comanches, you just will never beat them with their righting moment. But if you're looking at trying to get an average, this is ideal. So, all right, back to you. We might come back to you from the dock, hopefully. Trust you enjoyed that. Wonderful to see, and as I say, I think pretty popular. You can just see the guys now going up onto the boom, so they both get hauled up, because that's the only way they can actually lower the mainsail, is to sort of feed it in. All right, so we'll sign off and we'll catch you